We're going to get rid of JCap and Nameless from Envy. Krim possibly coming in to round out that roster. Yeah. All these rumors flying around. This is around the time of ESWC when they were all in France. That all falls apart. Mlg decides to stick with JCap and Nameless. On the other side, Optic Gaming releases Proofy and Clay. They handled it pretty well professionally on Twitter, but, you know, they weren't thrilled.
No, they were not thrilled. I mean, Nameless and Cap were not happy about that situation. So it's going to be interesting. Obviously, I think we were both talking a little bit at lunch. You know, Envy has a lot more to play for, I feel like, in this series. I think, you know, those guys are going to be really fired up. And
real quick, but before we continue this, you can see at the bottom here, we do have a Twitter poll. Who do you think will win the series? Do it with the hashtag MLGAW Open, with hashtag Optic Gaming, or hashtag Envyus. Right now, Optic Gaming stomping Envyus fans out there. You need to rally together, get it together on Twitter here, try to boost those numbers a little bit. But yeah, you just got to think, you know, I interviewed Clay after that crazy series we saw, and I asked him, I was like, you know, you're going to end up playing the winner of that series between Justice and Optic Gaming. I was like, who do you want to play? And he's like, basically, what do you think? I want to play Optic Gaming. I'm so hyped. There he is.
Probably could have thought of a better question than that.
Yeah, right. Like, well, I prefaced it with, I think I know the answer to this, but who are you looking forward to playing? And he's been so hyped up for this one. You know, he's been talking about it on Twitter. He wants a bit of revenge. You got to think, you know, with how everything broke down with Formal, it wasn't the best split from Envy. So you got to say, you think Envy's got a little more on the line here when it comes to pride for this series.
And it'll be interesting to see how Optic Gaming comes out on that first map. You know, Hardpoint they've struggled with this entire weekend, Maeve. I don't think anyone can really argue with that. They shouldn't really be struggling on that game mode. Just got to work some kinks out teamwork-wise. I think if Envy can come out and take this game big right at the start, that would be a bad thing for Optic Gaming. You know, they get a ton of fire underneath them. But there you see the map. It's going to be Biolab Hardpoint to start this off. Extremely excited for this match.
Oh, I can't wait. But like you said it, we said before this, you know, we did our prediction show, and I was talking about the fact that I didn't see Optic losing many respawns. I thought S&D were going to be their struggles. They've made it out of 2 best-of-5s by winning both their S&Ds. They haven't won a Hardpoint since like November 2006. They've really been struggling in those. Let's see if they can get it together. You know the recent struggles. Got to have faith, though, in these veteran players that they can pull it together. 5 seconds left on the clock. We're ready to kick off game number 1 in this winner's semi best-of-5 between Optic Gaming and Team Envyus.
Who do you want to start off with in this series? You know, both teams pretty good. Who do you want to start off with?
Clearly. All right, we'll see as they get it started here. This first hill is going to be a big break. And Form's kind of watching that backside. We do see Nadeshot. Can he win this engagement inside the Biolab there? He is actually going to end up dropping. And that's going to be 2 players right now down. Krim going to fall inside of that hard point as well. Watching right now, though, JCap. He's going to be watching this. They have basically all 4 players in and around here. They're going to be able to get a pretty good tally going.
Yeah, you know, Envy pretty much broke that setup right away. Optic spawned right next to the hill in this middle area, and they were able to break it and get those spawns. You saw Optic, they spawned out pretty far out behind that Biolab area, and you know, they were able to spawn them out pretty far. But it looks like Optic took control of that pretty quick. Big kills from Formal.
Yeah, and they're going to be able to get a little bit of time here. It's going to be rotating, what, about 10 to 15 seconds. You'll see a couple players starting to rotate out. They basically left Formal in there by himself. And what works out nicely for them, they didn't send anyone with some like last-second pressure. So Formal's going to get all this time easily. He'll be the last to rotate. Now they're going to have a big engagement here for this next cap. Let's see how this plays out.
Yeah, you know, right there we were going on with people on the rotation, not able to pick up those kills for the Optic Gaming team. You were going to have Mlg start off pretty hot for Envy, 6-3, in the hill, taking control of this game.
And he gets 1. Can he get 2? There's the second. There's a 3rd player pushing from up top. Bullets coming in. He is eventually going to drop. Now, these are going to be some gigantic engagements. JCap picks up 1. He's going to cover this backside. You see a player pushing from so. There's 2. He didn't see the 3rd, though. He's going to throw this player. Absolutely dismantles Nadeshot.
Yeah, huge play right there out of JCap. You can see how Advanced Warfare has played into his movements. I mean, he just plays so fluid, and he's always so, like, robotic, the movements from him.
Well, that's what's been fun to watch here. You know, it comes down, yes, to aiming, being able to use that right thumbstick, but more so in this Call of Duty, obviously, that kind of horizontal and vertical movement you're going to see out of these players with these new EXO abilities. There's definitely been a big skill gap just in the movement alone throughout this first event.
Right, you know, I think the skill gap in this game, it makes a lot of sense, Maven. That's a very good point, that you know, it comes from the movements and being able to use those dashes and those other EXO abilities to the best of your ability.
All right, and here is Krim. He's going to be wrapping around towards green here. We'll see as he's going to be watching He's going to have an engagement here. They got player might be above him. No, he actually is low. Able to get one nice kill there, trying to break in. Needs a little help from his teammates, and he's going to get 2v1 there. Not able to pick up both the kill. How many times have we gone to Mlg and he's been inside of the hill? Yeah,
I mean, Mlg has just pretty much controlled all of these kills. Every time we go to him inside of a hill, you know, he's picking up pretty easy two pieces. You see right there, as we were just talking about, picking up a pretty easy two piece, but Clay in the hill as well, cleaning up Scump. You know, Envy trying to mount a little bit more of a lead.
And things right now pretty even across the board as far as the slaying goes. Nadeshot's got to get going. 5 and 10 right now, but he does have 2 captures to his name. You know, we saw he tweeted last night. He said, you know, I know I've been struggling in these hard points when it comes to my slaying. I'm going to get it figured out. You know, with the veteran player he is, I'm confident he'll get things turned around. But we are going to hop back on board with Mlg. Always seeming to get these big kills as he's going to go up the top. Green, nice shots coming in, but not able to finish up that kill. Nadeshot will clean him up. Formal here going to drop as well. 2 down right now for Optic Gaming.
Yeah, but you see Clay and Mlg rotating together. You know, they're always the first 2 that we switch to because they're always the first 2 on that rotation. You see Clay with an interesting spot up top right there. Tries to go with the ground pound, misses, but he's able to take out Scump right there. You notice Clay using double exo abilities with that hover as well. You know, hover is definitely a great exo ability for this map. You're able to hide up in some of those different areas on Biolab to get good height advantages.
Well, you know, we talked about the difference in hardpoint in this game versus, like, let's say Black Ops 2. I think it was you and I were outside talking to Killa. This isn't like a single anchor, one-man rotation holding spawns. It is a team rotation game, 100%. And you saw that in that first hill. They had basically three players starting to move together. You have to, or you're not going to get set up and get that early time.
Yeah, and you know, looking at the kills right now in the top right, I mean, Crim on fire right now, 18 and 11, leading Optic Gaming. And then on the flip side, you have Mlg, 15 and 12, getting all those kills on rotation. But you see the Crim bot starting to come alive a little bit, and this hardpoint's going to be huge. 3 straight kills for Crim. Can he make it 4? He cannot. He's going to get shut down by Nameless in Biolab.
All right, well, just under 6 to play. Lead is going to be the Optic Gaming, just up by 5. You got to think, as poorly as they've been doing in hardpoint this weekend, if they can steal a game number 1, that bodes very well for the rest of this best of 5. But it's been so back and forth, so many lead changes right now. Scumpy, Formal, Crim, all inside of the hard point right now. You'll be able to watch that if you guys are watching at home. At the top right, you see a little symbol next to their names. You can see if they are actually inside of the hard point. I love that feature.
Yeah, you know, it's a great feature for the Codcaster, especially knowing we're trying to move through the Codcaster at such a high
I'm going to go to the guy that's inside the hill.
Yeah,
thank you, Sledgehammer. All right, now getting close to that 5-minute mark. We are watching the Crim bot. He was starting to heat up. Scump's going to fall. Formal picks up 1. Crim adds another 1 as well. Nadeshot picks up 1, 2. And they're starting to mount the lead. This is about the biggest lead we've seen here for Optic Gaming, getting close to 40 points right now. Add 1 more on for Formal as he is going to end up dropping. But in a matter of seconds here, we'll have the rotation. Now, it's a 60-second hill rotation, but because of the 1 second in between rotations, you'll see it gets off a little bit. As the game continues to go on, you'll see what the 5, 6, 7 points separating that minute in the rotation.
Yeah, you see Clay using all these interesting spots. He used one up on green plat and then up in this little circular room. He finds these little ledges that you can hide up on there. Great spots, you know, because you can run through that little tunnel and you can't look up fast enough to see him. So he has such a great advantage on that player pushing out.
Yeah, this is what we talked about. This is why we thought this team would be so strong. When you have 3 players like Formal, Crim, and Scump, they can put up such big numbers. Scump even right now, but look at Crim and Formal, 22 and 13, 26 and 15 combined. They're basically plus 20 right now. Incredible stuff out of them. But the lead right now starting to disappear a little bit as this hill is being commanded by Envy.
Yeah, you know, Envy took complete control of this hill. Optic pretty much got there first. Envy able to break it, and we haven't seen Optic make a strong push since then. Looks like on the mini-map you can see they're going to start to get on that rotation for that next hill. They're all spawning there. You saw that few arrows. I believe it was Crim. He was going to go head towards that hard point, the challenge, but he's going to go try and cut off Biolab, but that's actually a huge intro kill. I believe that was Clayster.
All right, here's Clay. Can he get another? He will end up dropping a couple down for either side right now. This is going to be a gigantic kill as this is so close, all but tied up with 4 to play. Right now, Envy in control. Mlg is going to drop. Can Nameless pick it up? He gets the assist, looks up top. He's going to drop as well. This is frenzy. This is fantastic right now.
Yeah, you know, Scump was able to get up on top of that roof and cause a lot of chaos. And Nameless wasn't able to really get into the hard point because he was worried about, you know, Scump dropping down, and he just bought enough time for his teammates to be able to make a play right there.
Well, having a player on top of this one is absolutely huge. Whether you're talking hard point, CTF, whatever, you need to have a player on top of this base to have any sort of success in and around this hard point. Shots coming in. Criminal to pick up 1. Can he dash and pick up the second? No, he will fall. The lead change again. What is this? Our 10th lead change now we're going to have? Oh, wow, this could not be a better game 1, Matt.
Yeah, you know, this is going to go back and forth right now. And looking at the kills, you know, looking at Formal's KD spread and Crim's, they should probably have a little bigger lead by that.
Yeah, you know, they're really doing well. It's more of a balanced effort you'll see across. Actually, no one really even positive right now for Envyus. So they've just been doing a better job with those early rotations, getting that early control. You know, Formal and Crew have was a big kill. I believe that was Nameless on Formal. He's outside the base. He's got 3 players from Optic Gaming.
Still holding that left spawn very close to the hard point. You see one player, Crim's going to pick up right there going in. That was Nameless. Nadeshot just sitting in there, holding down the hard point, trying to pick up these kills. He's going to be pushed by 2 players. He's going to be taken out. Envy gets control again.
All right, and they'll be able to get what? This is something like about 25 seconds or so until we're going to see this rotation. So they'll be able to bring it back pretty close to even as long as they hold the rest of this down. But this next hill is going to be absolutely monumental. It's going to be a gigantic one for who's going to be able to take this one here. What are you thinking, Matt? Who's the player to walk down the stretch?
You know, huge plays right there from Clayster. You know, he's really turning up right now, though. I think if Optic Gaming is going to hold on to this lead, you're going to have to see Crim keep going into what he's been doing. You know, he's just hit the 40 mark, 40 and 24. Absurd kills from Crim coming in right now. He's on a 3-point streak, but he's actually going to be taken out in the back. That's actually a very big kill. I believe that was Mlg.
3 points separated these 2 teams. This has been so intense. We're almost scumpy right now. He's got 1 low, 1 high. Gonna end up mantling here. Gonna push through. Not able to get through the doorway as he is gonna drop. Now we'll see if Nadeshot can hold this top green hill. He sees the nades coming in from the left. Is he gonna challenge or lay prone here? He's gonna come able to pick up 1. He saw that other player there. I think it's Top Cat. Gonna lay here prone. Smart moves are getting the time.
Yeah, you know, Nade was pretty worried, like you said last night, tweeting out. He's very worried about his hardpoint game. This is pretty much what he needs to do, just sit in the hill and pick up these easy kills.
He doesn't need to drop 40.
He doesn't need to.
No. There's
really
not 40 kills available for him with these 3 players on his side, honestly.
Right, and even though, like, you see the players just running at him at the hill, most of his gun battles are going to be, 2-on-1 engagements with the other players dying and them pushing the hill. So if he can pick up 1 or 2 of those kills, those are big, just to buy extra time.
All right, well, JCap going to get the final ticks there. This is going to be the final hill. This is for all the marbles right now here in this game number 1. JCap comes in, gets 1. Can he get 2? Tries the 360 around there and pick up the player over to Crim. He's going to drop as well. It's 2 down right now for Optic Gaming. Envy trying to get in control here. This is
where the hover can come in.
Yes.
Yeah, this is where the hover can come in. If Clayster can get up in this corner and he can use that hover ability right there sitting on the ledge, but use that hover exo ability, you were saying, Maven, he can hold that hill and he can also, really make a tough spot for him to
Well, it's really hard to get a lot of time on this hill map because it's a central hill. Yeah. Everyone just charging in, flooding, trying to contend. 5-point lead right now, 15 seconds left on the clock. Crim gets another one. Can he pick up more kills? He's desperately trying to find him, Matt. This is going to come down to the wire.
Yeah, Crim getting big kills in the hill right there. It's going to come down to JCap, the only one in the hill for Envy. He's going to pick up a kill. That's Nadeshot picking up kills. And Optic Gaming is going to win this first map against Envy. Huge hard point for Optic Gaming.
I'll tell you what. In between games, they picked up Formal and Crim. You think it was a wise choice? Look at that. 41 for Formal, 46 for Crim. Yeah. Just an absolutely absurd performance from the 2 new guys, and they're going to take the end to run. And they won the hardpoint, Matt.
Yeah, no, that was the one that they needed to win. Yeah. The next map's going to be Search and Destroy on Recovery. They have struggled a little bit on that map. They won it last night late against Justice. So
did Envy. That was one where they went big against Justice, and they were going crazy. So both teams very experienced with this map. We've seen a lot of clutch plays from both sides. I don't know who to pick.
Yeah, I think Search and Destroy, I'd probably favor Envy on this map a little bit. I think they're going to be a little bit more prepared. Let's just go through the kills real quick. I mean, obviously, you noted Formal and Crim going huge for Optic Gaming. Mlg was playing extremely well for Envy as well, and you saw Clayster in the hills picking up huge kills as well.
Yeah, great stuff. Now, like we said, it is going to be Search and Destroy on Recovery for Game 2. Everybody get fired up. We've got Team Envyus versus Optic Gaming. 1-0 lead right now for Optic. Tweet the stream. Tell your friends, family, strangers outside of your door. That is fine as well. Quick commercial break. We'll be back for game number 2.